Governor Cuomo is rolling the dice on an idea to put 3 casinos in upstate New York. Today, he outlined specifics to the plan that he's been talking about since his State of the State address. Our Capitol Correspondent Pat Bailey was at today's announcement. He joins us now live from our Capitol Bureau with more. Pat.
Well, Greg, the plan needs to be approved not only by the state legislature, but by you at home, the taxpayers. And if it goes forward, like the governor believes it will, the plan would pit 6 upstate regions to compete against one another for 3 casinos. It's an idea Cuomo has been pushing, one he believes will revitalize a part of the state that desperately needs it. Jobs and tourism. That is 2 reasons why Governor Cuomo believes his plan to bring casinos to New York State is a sure bet.
We need to do something to help upstate New York. It has to be dramatic. It has to be big.
The governor's proposal is 3 casinos all in upstate. He says his research shows not only is gambling taking place in other states around New York, but people are leaving to do it. He wants to keep the people here and attract others as well. On top of that, the governor says casinos are a great economic development tool that creates jobs.
This is a big idea that we believe could bring economic energy to upstate New York that needs it desperately.
But not everyone agrees with the governor's idea of casinos being used for economic development. The Stop Predatory Gambling group had this to say in response to the proposal. Quote, Governor Cuomo is applying the Deepwater Horizon model to New York. The funds to clean up the massive BP oil spill were spread to the communities who were hurt the most. Except in this instance, Cuomo's promotion of more government-sponsored casinos is like willingly dumping several new oil spills on his own constituents, end quote. The New York State Business Council sees it differently.
It's very consistent with the focus on tourism and upstate job growth, and also the recognition that getting some of the tourist visitors to New York, to upstate, will positively benefit the upstate economy.
Now, under the governor's proposal, tax revenue from the casinos would be divided as follows. 80% would go to the state of New York, 10% would go to the city and county where the casino sits, and another 10%, the remaining 10%, would go to the neighboring counties around where that casino would go, Greg.
So do we know what that 10% means? Can we ballpark how much revenue is actually projected?
Well, I asked that specific question today, and the governor said there is no projection just yet, but he did say he wants the casinos to come in and almost pitch the state and say this is how much you can or should tax us, and that we think is fair. And he said whichever one gets the higher one is where which casino could come to New York.
All right, so right now 10% is just that, 10%. Pat Bailey, thank you very much, reporting live from Albany tonight.